piece still open with this here. And you're going to download image 4 of the turkey. Okay, and with it downloaded, now go back to Photopea and go to File, Open in Place. Close these out of my way. And go ahead and find your turkey file. All right, and again, we have to pull this out here to make it a little larger. Okay, make sure you hit the enter key to enter that transformation. And again, we have to rasterize this image. So I'm going to right click on the right side of the layer, go to rasterize, grab your magic wand again, select that white background, hit your layer mask button, and then Control I to inverse that selection. So we want to fold this turkey. So to do that, you have to, in order for you to do any crazy transformations, you have to apply your layer mask. So you see here on our turkey slice, we have this layer mask here. Right click on the little image of the layer mask and apply, because this will not work if you have a layer mask on it. So we're going to put it back in transform mode. So again, you can't hit Control T in Photopea, so you have to go to Edit, go down to Transform, and we're going to do Warp. And what you want to do is drag the right points over to the left. Okay, and mine is definitely struggling. So yours might take a second to catch up. And it looks really weird at first, but it's going to be okay. Now go ahead and hit enter. And Photopea is trying its hardest. All right, so not quite what it's supposed to look like, but this will work. The turkey is folded. Now let's go ahead and add some more meat, because that's a sad sandwich. So make sure your turkey slice layer is selected, and you want to right click here on the layer and go to duplicate layer. See how it made a copy? When you grab your move tool, you'll see you have another one. And we're going to go ahead and do that again. So duplicate layer, move it over with your move tool. And I guess that's a little better. So yeah, that looks good. So let's go ahead and move on to our cheese layer. So go over to your lesson document and download the cheese. Make sure you hit the download button. I'm not patient. I like to hit the download button before it shows up with the picture, and it's fine. So go to File, Open in Place. And grab that cheese layer wherever it's hiding. All right, so as usual, we need to make this a little bit larger. Hit enter. All right, and then again, we have to rasterize this layer. So right click, rasterize. And I'm going to show you a new trick with your magic wand. So grab your magic wand tool, and you'll see up here there's an option called contiguous. Typically with your magic wand, if you click, notice how it just kind of selects what's attached to it. But if you uncheck contiguous and then reselect again, notice how it selects all of the white. So go ahead and do that. Make sure all this is selected, and then recheck contiguous, because that will mess you up later. And then hit your layer mask button. So we need the inverse, Control I. And here you have your cheese. So let's make the cheese a little bit thin. So we're going to make a thin slice of cheese. So if you look over on your layer panel, you'll see it says opacity. Go ahead and turn your opacity to around 80% so you can kind of see through it. Okay. All right. So finally at the bottom, I want to walk you through your different layer icons. So this button here it's supposed to be a trash can and it's going to delete your layer. This button here will create a new layer. So go ahead and click that. We're going to create a brand new layer. And you want to title this Mayo. Oh, I don't know what I pushed. Right. Crap. I don't know how I got there. Sorry. You want to title this Mayo. Okay, so we'll get back to that. Let's keep going. Then you have a layer button that says New Folder. So in Photoshop, these are properly called groups. So let's go ahead and put all this stuff in a folder. So with your Mayo layer selected, hold down your Shift key. And with Shift held down, see how it allows you to select more than one layer at a time? So you want to put all these, everything but the plate, inside a folder. So with these selected, go ahead and hit this folder button. And you see how it nicely puts these in a folder, and you can open it and close it here. The eyeball icon allows me to turn it on and off. Okay. So that's that. The next button you're familiar with, that is your raster or layer mask. Then you have any layer adjustments. So this is where you can actually find hue, saturation, all those, and we'll get back to that. EFF, or in Photoshop, it's an FX icon. That is layer styles. So that's how you make things look 3D, and I'll show you that here in a moment. And then you have a chain link. That is for linking layers. So let's go ahead and link the turkey slices together. So hold down your Shift key and select all 3 turkey slices. When they're all 3 selected, hit this little chain link icon, and you'll see it links them together. So if I only have one, say, selected, and I move them, see how they all move together no matter what? So that's what that setting does. All right, let's go back to our Mayo layer. And with your paintbrush tool, so you want to switch down here to kind of near the middle of your toolbar. It's also the shortcut of B, your brush tool. And with your brush tool selected, you want to set your brush color. Right now mine is set to black. I want to set the square to white. Hit OK. And go ahead and set your paintbrush size to about, let's do around 130 something. Okay. And go ahead and paint. We're painting on our mayonnaise. Make sure you're on your mayonnaise layer. All right, so we're going to make this mayonnaise look 3D, and that's where the effects button, layer effects, comes in. So if I click EFF, you want to go to bevel and emboss. And again, mine is really struggling. Okay. All right, so here's your layer styles. If I pull up the depth, again, you'll see Photopea is really trying. It's struggling. This is going to make this look a little more 3D. Same with your size here. So I'm pulling that setting up. Trying. There we go. And then I might soften it a little bit. All right. And then I feel like the shadow is a little dark. So if I go down here where it says, it shows me the dark box here, I'm going to actually turn down the opacity on that so it's not such a dark shadow. Again, that's a personal preference. So again, that slider should update. Yep. So now your mayonnaise looks 3D. So that's an example of a layer style. Hit OK. And from here, we're going to go ahead and start turning this in. So let me show you how to do that once this loads. So you want to go to File, Save as PSD. I want your PSD file so I can look through your layers. Don't put a piece of bread at the top. So see how it's downloading this plate PSD? This is the one you want to turn into Google Classroom. And then please email me if you have any questions, or if you want to set up a Zoom, I could help you one-on-one there.